How to use OneNote to look like a star in your work meetings.
I used to be so embarrassed in my one-on-one meetings with my manager when my manager would ask like, hey, what are you working on? What happened last week while I was out? Any questions come up in these meetings? I would sit there like, I'm sure there were questions. I'm sure I did something last week, but I cannot remember. I got you. This is how I now look super prepared and I remember every detail in those meetings. Open up Microsoft OneNote. Now, throughout your week with every single meeting, I want you to start utilizing tags. On your home page, that's this little like checkbox. Look at all these tags. At the bottom, you can create and customize your own tags. New tag, you can choose any of these cute little symbols. I'm gonna name this one follow up later, okay? But these little commands are shortcuts, so Control+1 will automatically give you this follow up later tag. You need to actually use these tags for this to work. So let's say you're in a client meeting and your manager is not there and the client asks a question that you don't know the answer to. When you're taking those meeting notes, you're gonna use the questions tag and type the question. So my shortcut is Control+4, little question mark, then just type in your question. Now let's say it's a new meeting, new day. Let's say you're in an all-staff marketing meeting and one of your coworkers is working on something that you need in order to complete your task. That's when we're using our brand new tag, follow up later. Type in your tag, and these tags can be anywhere on any of the pages within that notebook. And now let's say it's time to prep for your one-on-one meeting with your manager. You can either manually create an agenda. Personally, I think the future is Copilot, so I'm gonna open Copilot, help me create an agenda for my manager one-on-one weekly meeting. Copilot just spit it out, an agenda for me. Copy, and then you can paste it. Remember the question tag that you use throughout the entire week in all of your meetings. Rather than searching through your entire notebook to find all of them individually, I'm gonna go up to this tab section, but this little one to the right is Find Tags. Click on that, and you can see it has all of my tags throughout this notebook over here. And I just like to leave this sidebar open during the meeting so that I'm able to ask my manager these questions, and then I like to type her answer over here. Another way to do this is you can actually click on the question. It'll bring you to the page where that question lives. Maybe you need like context on why that question even came up in a meeting. You can then go straight to those meeting notes and find out why that question came to light. You can answer the question on that page, wherever you want to type her answer. This is a quick example, but you would probably have like 20 to-dos, 10 questions, all these things you're following up on. And I just think it's such a genius way to get a snapshot of everything you're working on, all the random questions in your head, everything that happened that past week, because I know sometimes you go into those meetings and you're like, what did I do last week? What am I working on? What am I working on this week? Like, what questions did I have for you? This just solves everything and it makes you look so on top of it and so organized. I hope this helps, and follow for more office organization tips.